Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
So how was it getting here today?
Oh my God, this heat is unbearable.
By the way,
that, and now that I have a fucking tooth that is hurting me right now. So
oof, not a good tandem.
Not a good tandem at all, people.
Did it just start hurting? Like,
it's been hurting, but it started hurting this morning. It's been like random this week.
You're
but I need to get it. I'm getting it out next week.
Yeah, you got coverage, right?
Yeah,
man, of course.
You know where I work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got coverage. You're all right.
Yeah. And the best thing is about my dentist is that my mom knows him.
Oh,
old family dentist.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Tooth. Whatever it is.
My tooth hurty.
The worst pain I believe to deal with. I know women say childbirth is probably the worst pain to deal with, but
we can't argue that.
Yeah, I can't argue that. But although getting kicked in the dick has been proven to say that on a pain in the balls, not even the dick, just the balls area, it's the science has said that pain registry, it's up there. It's up there. Yeah. But tooth pain, oh jeez, man.
Especially random ones. Where it just like a little pain and then it's a big pain.
I had some time back, I had a filling, and the filling finally came out, and they went to put it back in, and they were like, you know what? There's no point. Might as well just
it's gonna come back out.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, you know what? Just rip it out. Just rip the tooth out. It was like the most weirdest and uncomfortable pain that I've ever got, because although you're supposed to be numb, apparently I have a high tolerance to Novocaine, and I felt that bitch come out. Yeah, what's going on, brother AJ? Yeah, I felt that shit came out, and I go, and the dentist was like, yeah, don't worry about it, you're good. I was like, no, I'm not. the actual
Extraction.
the Novocaine hit when I got home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it did nothing for me.
The last time I got a tooth out was like I think like during the pandemics, and they hit me shit. They hit me with that shit so many times that when they got it out, they're like, "Oh, it's out." I'm like, seriously, I didn't feel it.
Yeah, nah, me, because usually I'll tell them, I say, you're gonna have to probably hit me like more than twice because it takes some time. Oh, don't worry about it, you'll be all right. And let me walk out and take.
Used to be funny with like, I'm gonna be very loose with this. He every time he would go, be like, knock me out. And then my mom would look at the bill like, if you knock him out, I'm gonna knock you out because I can't fucking afford that.
Yeah. So no, I the dentist afterward, he says, you want to set up an appointment so we could put a replacement? I said, no, I'm fine.
No, just leave a hole in my fucking mouth.
Yeah, no, actually I did because it's in a place where you don't really pay attention. Like if it was in the front, like you could see it. Oh yeah, that's different. But it's in a spot where it's not even noticeable. So I'm like, leave it open. That's fine. I actually play with the hole with my tongue. And enough about dentistry, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for wrestling, and then around the square circle, we are in the building. Whole Milk Mike is in the building, and
to kind of go back into wrestling, there was a wrestling dentist.
Dr. Isaac Yankum, doctor, and apparently he didn't take his own advice because his teeth were jacked. But yeah,
whose teeth do you remember being worse, his or Snitsky's? Remember when they had like Snitsky make like his teeth were yellow?
Yeah,
I think he actually had like to go somewhere and like, I don't know how or what
to color them.
Yeah. And then they fired him.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so wrestling this week around the square circle. We haven't really touched up on this on this segment for a while because we've been talking about it during wrestling rundowns and stuff anyway. But around the square circle, we want to touch up because this week was a kind of a big week for wrestling. We had the aftermath of Money in the Bank. We also have looks like the ratings are coming back to Dynamite somewhat.
Dynamite had a really big angle that I can't wait to talk about.
Yeah, 700,000 has now become their million these days. So, hey, listen, you gotta get what you get, right? And like I said, we also have with SmackDown. I have to say, what an impressive fucking match. You know what? We'll get to it. So let's start it off. What we got first off?
Before we get into the main shows, we're gonna do Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite.
Yes.
We're gonna leave Dynamite last because that's always the best thing to talk about
right
with us. But quick NXT thoughts about the Rascals and Joe Hendry showing up. Overall,
did they put him on the roster? Joe Hendry, is he on the WWE roster page?
No. Last time I checked, no.
Because so I saw some.
That was probably an edit or so, like some
maybe
thing.
Let me see. Yeah. So in any case,
because we first had the Rascals appear and like, talk Wesley out of retiring again or whatever he was gonna say, but
some are saying that there's two sides of this. Number one, I think it's great. It's finally they're doing this. We've been wanting this to happen for a long time, and I'm glad that they're doing it. It doesn't hurt either brand for this to happen, And say what you want. I know everybody's gonna say, well, they only took the idea from AEW. Okay, whatever, fine, kudos. But at the same time, this is what the fans have wanted to see around for a long time. This cross brand promotional kind of thing. Then the other side is, why are you doing it with NXT? Why we're not doing it on the main roster? Well, baby steps, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take our baby steps here.
That, and think of the current storylines on the main roster, they would not be existing right now if TNA was evading every week.
Right. Let's not and let's not take away the fact that it could still possibly happen. We could still probably see the war games of it. You had mentioned that Worlds Collide, we might be able to see that.
Yep.
So
I mean, shit, it would be a dream scenario if we could get NXT versus TNA in the Hammerstein.
Right. So that baby steps, people. Let's slow our roll and let's see how it blows up. As for what we saw with the Rascals coming back, I was happy that
some people refer to him as the Little Rascals.
Right. I was happy to see that Zachary Wentz was there, and they called him by Zachary Wentz
and not Nash Carter.
Yeah, they called him Zachary Wentz.
Yeah.
It was a
It was fun.
Pleasure to
They
see
came
that.
out. They came out to the MSK Titantron. Like
Mhm.
they came out to all that, but they presented them as the Rascals.
Right. Like you mentioned, the Joe Hendry stuff. The guy is over as fuck, man. And the good thing about that is that not only is he entertaining, the guy can work as well. He's a solid wrestler as well. So I know a lot of people whose eyes are even more focused on it now because of him alone. So that's the kind of thing that. Which, by the way, guys, you do understand that TKO Endeavor, they do have some kind of partnership with TNA because they're supposed to be going under some kind of streaming service with them as well.
Yeah.
So this is all tying together one way or another.
And it seems the WWE is more open with Noah now. So
Right.
like AJ Styles and Io Sky did the Noah show this morning or last night for them. Whenever like the time zone difference, but they did their show. And they announced that Josh Briggs will be taking part of their tournament. So, I mean, it's so weird to see WWE is so open, but it's also because the old man's gone and he's not fucking against everybody at this point. Where Triple H is more open to working with anybody.
Listen, at this point in time, this is what we need. We need more of a umbrella to broaden out, to widen out for wrestlers and rosters and fans and such. So, unity and all, it's not, as much as people want to say that there's this competition amongst companies. Yeah, of course, everybody, but let's be honest, WWE, it's above all the rest. You say what you want. And for them to kick down and help out, the TNA roster is beneficial for everybody. I mean, it's cool. It's whatever. Would we ever see a WWE AEW crossover?
I'm gonna say no, but maybe in a couple of years that'll change. Depends on AEW though. It depends on their progression.
Right.
Honest to God, there's certain people that still think Triple H is out to kill AEW. So I mean, let people believe that.
That's a weird look at how the landscape is with the fandom, because honestly, let's be for real, like it doesn't.
The tribalism is so,
it's ridiculous. And like Rich always said, the boss, shout out to the boss Rich at Rageworks, he says iron sharpens iron, and that's what makes for great competition. That's what makes for great shows. Hey, look, the past couple of weeks we've been seeing Dynamite has been actually tying up some loose ends and making some kind of booking going on somewhat. So maybe they're taking cues from what WWE is doing. Maybe WWE took cues from them, so why not?
One final thing to say about NXT is that for their women's division, they're definitely getting 2 new additions now. We thought it was just going to be 1, but after this week, some very controversial thing or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but we expected Julia's going to be coming in soon, and now fresh off AEW New Japan Forbidden Door, WWE and NXT are getting Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that's a separate thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that on Wrestling Rundown. That's a very interesting conversation to have there. It's I know a lot of people are bitter about that. You know who you are, you people, and yeah,
he said it.
It's fine.
Don't
Listen,
get mad at the white guy for that statement.
We'll get it. We'll it's
a whole big thing to cover.
But kicking it off, what we got?
Monday Night Raw.
This was the Raw after Money in the Bank.
Yep, we had
shout out to our people at the Seneca. Had a really good time with them there, man. It was
oh my God, it was...
And big announcement, guys. If you're in the New York City area, they're running it back. We'll be doing SummerSlam there August 3rd as well. Information will be going up, flyers will be going up as well. Got clarification, certification from the managers themselves. So we are running it back at SummerSlam at the Seneca. So keep your eyes out for that.
Beautiful. Yeah. We had recaps of the main angle from Money in the Bank regarding this show, where CM Punk cost Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight title for the third time alone this year. So we had your boy CM Punk open the show, cutting a promo, talking about the Drew McIntyre thing. So over the weekend, they did announce that both men were fined for undisclosed amount for their actions at Money in the Bank, and Drew then got suspended for calling. And in layman terms, he said, "If you would have known how to do your job, and this wouldn't have happened, you dumb bald bitch." So
I thought it was more about the the elbow. I thought that's what he got. I thought that's what he got suspended
that too.
for.
It was a combination of both. Like
Mm.
like Adam knew, like, I don't know. That was a whole thing, but we'll talk about it. But so CM Punk came out, kind of promo talking about this is beyond personal now. And then we had Seth Rollins interrupt. It's always funny when Seth interrupts Punk because Punk's reactions are always the best. He either throws the mic up in the air like, "Oh God, here we go."
Mhm.
He went up to the Pat McAfee, Michael Cole grabbed in thing. He goes, "Does this guy ever leave me alone?" And then Michael Cole goes, "Not for nothing, you did screw him." And then Punk's like, "I did." Like,
What's your thoughts about the whole now they back and forth banter? Now that the announcers are a little bit more involved, kind of reminds me of
wrestlers.
with the wrestlers. Kind of reminds me of when years ago. I'm talking about this. Is what I said. This is aging me. When Bobby and Gorilla were doing commentary, and you would hear Gorilla yelling at fucking wrestlers, and they would yell back at him. I kind of
makes it seem real.
Yeah, I enjoy the banter.
I mean, I loved it. Like, what was it? Like, it was at King of the Ring when Logan promised he wasn't going to use the Nux, and then he used the Nux. And then Cole's like, "You're such a loser," and Logan's like, "Who you calling a loser?" Like, I love that type of shit.
Yeah, they're also comparing the chemistry of Cole and McAfee to like the old school Heenan and Gorilla as well. Especially when he called Braun Breaker a brick shit house or a shit brick house, or whatever the fuck it was. And they were both laughing hysterically. I thought it was it's genuine. It's true, and I love to see that banter.
So they basically went back and forth, taking digs at each other, and Punk gave like begrudgingly, like, "I'm sorry, like, for costing you the title," and then basically Rollins just said, like, "From that, I told you once, but keep going forward. Never get involved in my business." Like Punk mentioned the fact, like, not for nothing, you're doing this for your daughter and your wife. Meanwhile, there's a man walking around with a bracelet that has my wife's name and my dog's name on the bracelet. So, this was just very heated. This basically just build to a match that we're definitely getting at WrestleMania, but we're not getting it at SummerSlam.
He's very John Wick right now. CM Punk, he's very John Wick with his whole dog thing.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, even for you, like, dogs are babies.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So that was the opening segment. Really, just, I know that there was a rumor that Rollins was penciled in to be the referee for this match, but I don't want that at all. Keep Rollins out of the mix until the Rumble for CM Punk builds. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's another match I would want a referee to be in, and we'll talk about that later. We had Jey Uso defeating Chad Gable. Towards the end of the match, we had the lights going out as to signify the Wyatt Six.
Fucking Jay said, "Fuck this, I'm out." He was gone.
Twitter basically reacted with the whole Jey Uso would be perfect for horror movies because he knows to get the fuck out of there.
Exactly. He will live at the end of these movies.
It was so funny because the timing of, like, the lights going out, Jay was able to still hit a spear and get the 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
and then it was funny to me because he ran in the darkness. Like, you wouldn't, like, I would run through the crowd, like, where the most light you could see where you're going. He ran to the back where you could see fucking nothing.
He said, "Fuck that! I'll feel my way out of Gorilla. I'll
just run. I don't care who's in the way."
Exactly.
So we had Chad in the ring again. Nikki Cross came from underneath the ring. Chad ran for his life. And then for, like, the third straight week, Nikki Cross presented her box to Michael Cole.
Oh man!
Oh, but this week also Pat McAfee.
It was a dusty
back.
box too. She's got to do something about her box. Her box is just too dusty.
You know what? If her part-time job is at Amazon, I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, at least it wasn't dirty. It was just a dusty box she had. It was just not dirty.
And that's also interesting too because they always, for now, it's been 4 weeks now of this. They haven't referred to her as Nikki Cross, even though we know who it is.
Right.
But it's not like, what are you doing, Nikki? Like, what's going on with you? That type of thing. But so Pat McAfee was back, and remember, all these videos are supposed to be directed towards him,
right?
Because like, they kept interrupting his show, saying you lied about whatever.
Are they still doing that?
No, not on his show, but no. That pretty much stopped after, like, like I think his father-in-law died.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, we're not gonna bother him anymore. So let's keep it away from his show and keep it on ours. But or to come on the video because again they opened the box and there was a VHS tape saying "Play Me." So
seems as though Nikki always got something in her box.
I bet you love this. Your boo Pete Dunne made pretty much his Raw debut on Monday Night Raw against Big Bronson Reed, which again you don't need to emphasize. He's big. We already know that.
We get it.
Yeah, but before that, they had a promo with Bronson and Sheamus, teasing a match with them two. Bronson killed Pete. Then Sheamus came out for the save, and then and a surprise, Pete wasn't receptive of this. He goes, "You've abandoned us. Don't help me ever again," type of thing. Because now Pete's on his own because Tyler Bates out with an injury.
Yeah, he's not going to be out. He's going to be out for the whole year. So
I think the last time we saw Pete Dunne, I think this is the first time since the draft he's been on Raw because he's been on NXT a lot.
Right.
And the last time Pete was on Raw for a match was against fucking Enzo Amore.
Wow.
In 2017.
Shit. Yeah, that's wow. He's old. Yeah. Damn. That's a long time. Good to see that he's actually have that much tenure in the company. He's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But yeah, they're teasing something with him and Sheamus. Maybe I don't know.
No, okay.
I mean, yeah.
The only thing, like I said, is that he has ill will because
again, like
Sheamus
said,
left, broke them up.
Me, who was hurt.
The Brawling Brutes, they went their separate ways. So,
Sami Zayn came out, cut a promo, talked about his title defense against Braun Breaker. It's funny because he says, "I'm always the underdog." Bitch, for the last 2 years, you've been winning everything you've been doing. How are you still the underdog? You haven't been the underdog since the NXT days.
Well, I think they're trying to make a tag name them to be the underdog. Seeing as though like
remember, I think it was around the time when they did the draft the first time when they called him the underdog from the underground.
Right. Remember, because his dad is the dog face gremlin.
Oh, Sammy.
I mean, also Sammy. Sorry, I'm talking about on Braun. I thought they was gonna tag that on Braun, but for Sammy, he's been winning. The main event of Mania. He's been winning. Yeah, he's been winning. Like
you're not the underdog anymore. You're established.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's winning. So unless I'm missing something with him, yeah, we can remove that tag.
Braun came out, confirmed them. Basically, didn't say anything. Just was steaming mad about the events of Money in the Bank, and then Braun Breaker just speared the shit out of him. Now, if they were in Canada, if Sammy was a true Canadian, he would have wore a metal plate under his shirt. On a Bret Hart.
He did the Bret Hart move.
Now this was the fucking best. So all the producers come out. Jason Jordan was spotted. I noticed him. So Pierce is like, "Let's go in the back, Braun. Enough is enough." And then Braun goes, "Oh shit! Oh shit! What's that?" Pierce looks off into the crowd, and then Braun breaks it back to the ring, runs as fast as he can, and spears the shit out of Sami Zayn again. Oh my god!
You're gonna need like a shotgun to stop this guy because he's just like it's getting bad. It's getting real bad. With
I just
Braun.
love that he did the whole "oh look at that" and then ran back to.
It was very Looney Tunes moment.
Dragunov came out, was very pissed off about Braun and his actions, demanded the match for later in the show, which we would get. So we had a lot of segments. So I think we talk about these segments. So Dom's in the back trying to appeal to Adam Pearce to take the match out of to basically cancel the main event for the mixed tag. It's him and Liv against Ray and Zelina. So Dom goes, "I don't want to do this bullshit." And then Pearce is like, "I don't care. The match is on." So then Liv approaches him, says, like, you need to relax. Like, let me stretch. Like, let's come up with a strategy. And a lot on the show, there's a lot of one-liners that really stuck out. So when they were walking away, Dom goes, "There better be some nuggies or tendies." So then later on, so the Judgment Day had a 6-man tag against Braun, again, Awesome Truth, blah blah blah. Judgment Day win. So then we had Damian Priest in the back with Seth Rollins, and they completely negated the whole stip from Money in the Bank. Basically, Damian says, "Listen, once I'm done with Gunther, you name the time and the place, I'll give you your rematch."
Okay, that's fair.
Then he got and they received a phone call and said, "Where are you?" And let me know when you're here," with a big smile on his face.
Did you know who was coming?
I think by the second time when we get to the other segment later on, we said, "I'll tell you guys later."
Right.
I figured I know who it is
Mm.
because they go in the back. Liv is so the old segment back in the day where Triple H got caught with Trish bending over in front of him. They basically did the exact same thing here, but they had Liv stretching Dom out with his leg, like his leg was over her head. Then you had Damian Priest walk in, and then you had like Little Rascals or like
The pile on the
like Finn, JD, and Carlito sticking their heads in, like, oh shit, what the hell's going on there? So this is another one-liner that killed me. So then Liv runs out, nothing happened, blah blah blah. Damien goes, "Dude, this is not that hard." Carlito goes, "I don't know, you look hard to me." and then I love that Damien goes, "Wait, like really?" Like all the reactions was best. And then Finn goes, "Like Damien, we're supposed to tell us something." Damien goes, "I'll save it for later," because he once he saw Dom in that position, he goes, "Oh, it's gonna get worse later." We had Dragunov and Breaker. Breaker pretty much just threw a chair at this fucker's head and just said, "Fuck this match. I'm not doing it."
Yeah, that was just a throwaway moment, but I still like it because it's still a build up for what could happen down the line. That mid card fucking area, that roster is stacked. There's gonna be a lot going on there in the next few months with all that talent that's there.
It's insane.
Yeah,
to think about, because it's like a name. It's like a new who's who.
Yeah, I mean from Braun to Dragunov to with Sandy, Chad, Bronson. There's a lot to play around with all those guys there in that mid card, man. There's so much intangibles there. It could be the who's who of who's next in line for the IC title.
We had Damage Control versus Chance Carter and Valkyria. This is where pretty much we had a new faction interrupt the whole proceedings. We had Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler attack Damage Control. I don't know if they're baby faces or Damage Control turned face and they're the heels, but we've been seeing teases of this all night or the last couple of weeks actually with this. So
funny because on my 2K universe coming soon on
Sonya Deville
on the update, and they were already there. I already made them.
And people already call them the lesbians.
Oh, come on.
Your people.
Oh, please.
What was the one name that got WWE in a lot? Submission Sorority with Charlotte, Becky, and Paige.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And their brass was like, hello.
Yeah, they owned it.
Yeah. Then we had the Uncle Howdy video. This was, I think, week 3 of the video.
Yes. Well,
yeah,
I think
week 3.
4. It was 4.
No, this is the third week.
Third week.
So, if you haven't watched these, pretty much Howdy is interviewing Bo, and the whole thing is he says, "What's with tell me about your family," and then they show Gacy with the mask and without the mask. They show Dexter Lumis with his mask. I think I flashed Nikki Cross, but it didn't show her face. If I don't remember, I think she did or didn't. But then they showed Eric Rowan's face, and then basically Bo just saying, "We're all sick, and this company is gonna see like how sick we can be." Then we cut to backstage pieces. Adam Pearce is about to go back to his office, and then Chad Gable interrupts and goes, "They're clearly talking about me. Are you going to do anything about this?" And Pearce goes, "Listen, if they're talking about you, you deal with it." So then Chad goes away, and Pearce opens the door, and we see someone sitting there, and it's Bo Dallas with a big smile on his face. Pearce walks in and closes the door.
Interesting. I wonder what's the I like the mystery about it, because I'm wondering like what's this all about,
right?
Like what's the why are we putting this as a escape from what the Wyatts are, and we're looking at the split personality of Bo,
maybe of all of them,
yeah. So interesting.
I would be surprised if like Pearce comes out next week like, "I have signed 5 new people to my roster. Here they are," and
right.
That's
the conversation that they're having.
More than likely, that's what it is. It's like, can we have a contract? I want to wrestle. which is also interesting too, because if they're doing like the whole Mick Foley like 3 faces thing
Mhm.
with all of them, I had to look at the Dexter Loomis one. I think he grew his hair out longer.
He did.
Yeah.
he did.
Because I thought
It was-
initially it was like, oh, because I knew like with the Mercy mask he had on, it was
Mhm.
like long dreads. That dude grew his fucking hair out.
No, he grew it out. The photo that with the fan that took at I guess at a Wawa, some the fucking Whataburger or whatever it was,
Whataburger.
a Whataburger, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, they had him there, but I also saw when he went back to the PC, his hair was out longer.
I think we have everything until we get to the main event.
Yep.
So this is the main event, your mixed tag match. I think like not even 5 minutes in, Liv is in the corner, like, and Zelina's about to attack her for like a corner strike. Dom interrupts, Ray trips him, and he goes face first into her crotch.
Lucky man.
Everybody, the internet exploded with "It should have been me."
Exactly. It reminded me of when Devon did it to Tori. When
I think and then
and he
did
just
the
he
tongue
just,
thing,
and he just he kept his face there for a whole while. It was like a minute. He was in that. Lucky you.
Lucky bastards. So in this match we had Dom actually pinning his this is Dom pinning his dad for the first time.
Right.
I think Ray's beating him twice already in Mania and then the tag of Mania as well. And then we had the moment where Liv jumps into Dom's arms. They fall to the ground, and it looks like they're about to kiss. And then Rhea Ripley's music hits. Mommy's home. She stormed the ring. Liv had the best face. Dom had the best facial expression too. And Liv ran through the crowd, got the fuck out of there. And then USA Network, if you're watching USA Network, as soon as Rhea got into the ring and had the stare down, they went off the air.
Oh, bastards. But there was video footage of what happened afterwards, and
which was pretty much nothing.
But she was
just
just
like it was funny too, because like Dom was like kind of staring at her chest, and she kind of lifted his head up, like, "Look at me." So,
oh, thanks, brother AJ. He mentions it. Just confirmed that NCAA's road to glory carries over to Madden. Thank you. I was asking him about that question.
Huh.
Now I might be interested in buying it. Maybe.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Michigan
is. I know. I might get it. Just give me a sec, bro.
So that's pretty much Monday Night Raw. And then they announced a couple of things. Damian Priest and Gunther face to face before their SummerSlam matchup.
Mm.
And as the day we're doing this, Adam Pearce announces Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov for the Intercontinental title on Raw Monday.
Nice, good match.
And Rhea Ripley will open the show. God only knows what she's gonna say. And also, Drew McIntyre comes back from his 1-week suspension and has a meeting. Because also on the show, Punk did say, I don't care. Lift the suspension. We need to have this match.
Yeah.
And Pierce goes, okay, but you can't come next week. If you show up, forget about any future title opportunities and forget the match with Drew at all.
Okay. He's still, like I said, we're still unsure what his medical condition is. So
I think Adam did say, like, you're still not clear.
Yeah.
So overall, Raw was a good show.
Very good show. They've been running on all cylinders, man. People are saying, I've heard that who was it? Oh, Bret Hart, Mr. Miserable, and mentioned that he says that Triple H never had a creative bone in his body. He never heard anything creative come out of him.
Goldberg ended my career,
and it's like, okay, but he was talent. I mean, that's one thing. And I know that sometimes they'll pitch ideas, whatever the case may be. I get it. But now it's not even saying that Triple H is the one who's creating it. He's the siphon. He's the one that is the filter of people's ideas. And if something sounds stupid, he'd be like, we're not doing that. That's
right.
The old regime. I like the storyline. I've been telling for the longest, and I remember that Punk Isaac agreeing with me that they really needed to hire writers that were into comic books. That's the battle of good and evil. That's exactly what you want in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that they're kind of getting that tangible going in right now.
Interesting. I mean, if you're doing good people versus good versus evil, I mean, those are the people you would want to hire, and then just give them insert wrestler into superhero storyline and
Right.
go from there.
Exactly.
But make it wrestling based. But now we're on to SmackDown. We open with Miss Money in the Bank herself, Tiffany Stratton, confronted by Bayley, and the whole thing with Bayley, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and you had Nia Jax referred to Bayley as BBL. I had to do
now everybody's. Oh, you didn't know what BBL
I had
is?
to do a quick look up
BBL Bailey.
because
BBL
they think the Bayley
Bayley.
got injured in 2017 and said this is the BBL Bayley, and
I said, show me the shots. Show me where it at. Show me where it at. And you know what? Even if it is, who cares? Who gives a shit? Like whatever. But I love when Nia goes off the rails a little bit.
this is probably her best run
yeah,
so far.
yeah. I like what she does.
Best run of her career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because also at some we're getting Bayley and Nia Jax as a result of Nia winning Queen of the Ring. But we also have Tiffany Stratton in this mix where she does have the briefcase, and we will talk about. So Nia Jax basically killed Meechin. It was a waste, honestly, of Meechin this one. But as they're walking away, they attack Bayley. Bayley's unconscious in the ring, and Nia's on the outside. And Tiffany's like, "You go, girl. Like go, my best friend." And then she kind of looks at Bayley, and she looks at the briefcase. This was probably the slowest cash-in tease I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
With the history of this briefcase, where she was like, "Hey, ref," and the ref gets on the apron, and the ref's like, "You want to cash in?" And then Nia Jax just quickly books it back in the ring, and she says, "What are you doing?" And Tiffany's like, "No, it's fine, that type of thing." So we're definitely going to be teasing this for all the rest of the year, and going into the beginning of 2025. So
definitely.
And
it needs to be that way, and hopefully, new bag coming soon.
Yeah. We had the weirdest team ever on SmackDown. Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews against Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, I was like, I saw that and I was like, who magically put this together? And now with Corbin face? Okay.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Legado won. Nobody cares. Poor Apollo. We had LA Knight challenging Logan Paul for SummerSlam. He had a contract for a match. He signed it and said, "Now it's on to you, buddy." So that's coming next.
Congratulations for 250 days, Logan Paul being the United States champion.
2 defenses. I think it was 2. Kevin Owens in the Mania match.
Right.
Holy shit. I mean, we all thought the Roman thing was bad when he was taking months off, but this is worse.
Well, to be fair, he was in the Money in the Bank as well. So
Logan wasn't.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't in the Logan. The Money in the Bank.
LA Knight was.
LA Knight was right. You're right. Yeah. What the hell was Logan?
Home. Also, too, they're going to Japan, and there's a reason why Logan's not going. So
yeah. So don't expect him over there, Japan. You guys don't want him. So
they clearly don't want him.
Rightfully so.
We had Naomi beat Blair Davenport. This is where both women are in a weird spot on this show, where like the rumors of the mid-card title is coming soon, where I think both these women would benefit from that because either of them are not in position. More Naomi is higher up on the rankings, but yeah, Blair. This was like one of those weird things where Blair had to take a loss. We had a return match for the WWE Tag Team titles where DIY defeated A-Town Down Under, where we had a miscue from Theory and Waller. And it was funny too because DIY won with the Shatter Machine.
Oh, I love that callback. I love that reference.
Yeah. And then and so we had Theory and Waller like arguing about because Theory Waller hit Theory with a knee, but he saw somebody coming down the ramp, and that man was Jacob Fatu. He just obliterated Austin Theory. He caught Johnny Gargano in a Samoan drop, threw Tommaso Ciampa around. Ciampa hit a DDT, and then Jacob just got up like, fuck you.
The bounce back.
Jacob Fatu is officially Umaga.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He has the no-selling gimmick. I mean, with Samoans and the hard head gimmick, I mean, it's obvious, but this was just straight Umaga shit he was doing. It was insane. We had a backstage promo with Solo and Scope, just basically saying like there was a point where he did say in the show where Roman's never coming back until he acknowledges me.
Right.
So I wonder what's gonna happen at SummerSlam. I wonder who's coming back.
Mm.
Then we had a backstage thing with Randy and Cody. Watch each other's backs type of thing, and Randy just continues to eye the WWE title, so we know what he really wants out of all this.
Oh, definitely. Listen, it's inevitable. It's going to be a mixture of what's going on with the bloodline stuff, but yeah, it's that match is inevitable. It's down the line, and as well as it should happen.
We had the bloodline confronting Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. The match is official for SummerSlam, and Cody got trapped in the ropes while Jacob Fatu and the Guerrillas of Destiny, I'm still going to call them that regardless if they really don't, but they triple powerbomb Randy Orton through the announce table, and more than likely Randy's going to be out for a couple weeks in storyline. I don't know.
Yeah, that was I'm telling you, as much as they're doing with the Bloodline 2.0 and the Solo hate is there.
Yeah.
The fucking Jacob Fatu love is growing week by week, bro. It's crazy.
This is week 2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or week 3.
Week 3. And please, it's just it's gonna be something where I don't know how this is gonna play out when finally
when Roman comes back.
When Roman comes back and when Hikuleo finally debuts. Hikuleo finally debuts.
And a better scenario would be Solo just joins up with the Usos and Roman again for the OG bloodline, and you have Jacob be the new like leader of like him, the Tongans. Let those 4 run roughshod.
And shout out to for Jimmy. He just got cleared. He's cleared to return as well.
Yeah, so. He's coming back eventually.
Yeah,
I don't know when. Because Jey Uso's on Raw, and
hell, maybe he joined Cody's team since Randy might be out.
More than likely,
yeah, maybe.
Because more likely it's probably gonna be Cody, Randy, Kevin, and now Jimmy.
Right. So
because also you have Jay is also on Raw. Seth Rollins is also too. He's still not done with the bloodline type thing, I think.
Right.
But more than likely he's gonna be the one staying on Raw because again he's probably gonna feud with Punk at WrestleMania. So
and this is the reason why I say that I'm very much invested with WWE now because there's such interweaving storylines with each other. That even, there's still callbacks to old stories in which guys are like, yeah, I didn't forget what you did to me, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a conscious way of storytelling that's been happening the past few months. So it's good that they're staying the course.
So that was SmackDown. And pretty much SummerSlam is shaping up to be with the 2 WWE title matches, women's. With Rhea Ripley, do you do the match straight away?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you have to.
And I got pitched on the review Dominic as the referee.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has to be done. Yeah.
Logan Paul and LA Knight, and then maybe Braun and Sammy. So pretty much solid SummerSlam card looking. Thinking about the predictions.
Yeah, I
maybe Uncle Howdy or Bo against Chad.
Yeah, we're only 2 weeks away, possibly. Yeah, SummerSlam.
3.
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks away. Yeah.
From the top, 1, 2. Yeah. 3 weeks away.
Yeah, look at
August 3rd.
That fast. It is approaching us quickly, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Jay, time for Dynamite.
Oh, I was probably the first time in a long time that I've actually been excited to talk about Dynamite.
Because a lot of things happened on this show.
A lot of interesting twists and turns happened.
Mm-hmm. For example, we started off with Will Ospreay coming out very angry about MJF's actions of the last week's attack on Daniel Garcia. It says Daniel Garcia is in a hospital. He can't move his arms because MJF gave him the tombstone from the second rope, correct? So told MJF, get your fucking ass out here. It says I have more talent in my right nut than you. Like all this whole thing. He goes, you've been open to us about everything. You have ADD, motherfucker. I have ADHD, but that doesn't make me go around act like a prick. Like Will Ospreay was just firing on all corners here.
He was in rare form, as I like to say.
Yep. And then they did a thing for my collision with it where he called MJF out. or MJF called him out and played the music, and then nobody showed up. So we kind of had a repeat here, but then MJF popped up on the screen and says it's basically just they set the match that could be happening at All In for next week for episode 250.
Right there, which is a stacked card.
We'll get
yeah.
So, and they said they're gonna start the show with it. So Will Ospreay is gonna put up his international title against MJF.
Interesting.
I smell Angle. I do think they're gonna do the match. It's gonna be a full on match.
Mm.
But do you have MJF take the belt from him for like a month and then have Will take it back?
I would also believe that is he going to pull out the Tiger Driver for this one? You know, the promo that he cut that you sent me while he's on his Stairmasters, MJF.
Yeah.
Pretty much is calling him out, saying that he's lost his edge, he lost his ability to be a killer, and now not using the Tiger Driver makes him look soft. So I don't know. Will he pull it out here? Interesting.
That might be what caused them to lose, maybe.
Right.
But yeah. Our first match was actually the men's finals in the Owen Hart tournament. Bryan Danielson against Hangman Adam Page. I was kind of shocked by the outcome of this one because I thought Hangman would win, and then we get Swerve and Hangman Part 3 and All In. But no, Bryan Danielson actually came out with the win here.
I was surprised as well. I thought that
the obvious direction
Bryan would have put him over, and that would have been I guess the like you said, the deformulation of the championship faction. But I guess not, right?
Oh. Again, we also had this match too where you have Danielson still on the neck and he's shaking on the ground, convulsing.
I hate those things.
It's so unnecessary to me. It's like it was I don't want to say fine, but it was scary the first time, and now that you just do it in every match, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not a.
God forbid that actually does happen. Nobody's gonna believe it. It's gonna be real.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. I'm not a real fan of these fake injury, especially like not even injury, like just the seizures.
Just
like
knowing
that.
his history that like one wrong move could fuck everything
right.
What do you think of Jeff Jarrett? Because Jeff Jarrett inserted himself as the special enforcer, and then once the ref went down, he became the special ref. A lot of people just said this was pretty much his closure for his best friend Owen Hart, which, you know what, is fine with me. No complaints, honestly. Jeff is one of those weird performers where he does everything so great, but it's just he could be so annoying sometimes.
I'm still with the whole. This is what we used him for, to be the special enforcer. What did he actually do again?
He was out there to stop any interference because I think on Collision the whole when Christian Cage interfered and cost Jade the match against Hangman. So
right.
Jeff is like, I don't want. This is a tournament to honor my best friend. I'm not letting any shit happen.
Okay, I just want to be clear with it.
Yeah. Next up we had Bryan Danielson wins the tournament. He gets the Owen Hart belt, and then he had Martha Hart come out and they were in Canada, so she came out as a cowgirl.
Oh yeah, well that's their that whole thing up there is like that they have that Western vibe up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Bryan Danielson earns his championship match at All In. And speaking of the champion, Swerve Strickland came out next, cuts a promo, talking about how it's going to be an honor to face Bryan Danielson in the main event at All In. He didn't forget that Bryan beat him in the Continental Classic. He's going to redeem that loss.
Mm-hmm.
And then he proceeded to challenge Kazuchika Okada to a match for next week, and then declared himself to be on Team AEW for Blood and Guts in 2 weeks.
Didn't he say he was the leader of Team AEW?
No, because Mark Briscoe said he's the captain.
Oh, I thought he was proclaiming himself to be the leader.
Well, he said that since I'm the champion, I should represent the company that I represent, so I'm in the match now. And then later on in the show, we had Hangman storm to the Bucks locker room and just tell them I'm in, so he's the fifth man for Blood and Guts.
So why did he do that? Oh, just because
Swerve got in, and he wants Swerve bad.
Okay, right, got it. All right.
Where I was thinking about this. What if, like, the Elite win, and then in return the Bucks use the EVP status and insert Hangman into the match and make it a triple threat.
Ugh. And you know what? You know it's crazy.
Or at least promise him a title match at All Out.
You know it's crazy. Yeah, because it'll be the following
It'll be
weekend.
in 2 weeks afterwards.
Thankfully, they blessed the wrestling fan base with a 2-week gap for pay-per-views. Fucking idiots. The scary thing is that might just be what the scenario and how it plays out, and that's exactly how Hangman will get the title.
We'll get the title shot. We'll see.
No, he'll get the title.
Really?
I believe he'll get
off Swerve.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll see. Stadium. I was about to say Stadium Stampede. Stampede Street Fight with Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe.
Oh, jeez, this was hilarious.
Take it. Go.
Just this. Okay, I get it. This is how you're supposed to write someone off of TV, because apparently Joe is going back to record Twisted Metal, the series,
the filming season 2.
Season 2. But yeah, if you're gonna do it, just put him on a forklift and just have him go through a wall. Best way to do it.
And then he just rolls off the forklift and just lands on the floor.
Yeah, why not?
And then the referee's like, "Okay, you're out." But at least I loved how during all this, like the referee's checking on him, and you hear in the background, "Due to referee stoppage, the winner of this match is Chris Jericho." like somebody gave the Iggy to Justin Roberts right away.
Let's get this over with.
We had a global 4-way match. Winner earns a international title shot, not named for All In, but a future one. Claudio Castagnoli, Pac, Tomohiro Ishii, Forbidden Door be damned, because that was supposed to be a once a month thing, but this guy's here again. And the resident loser, Kyle Fletcher.
Well, Ishii's gonna be here for a month or so anyway, because he's not in the G1, so he's on loan right now.
Oh.
Ishii's gonna be a while. He's gonna be around for a while.
Oh yeah, he's not in the G.
Yeah, so the right person won here. I'm glad that Pac got
and the right person lost. What? Nothing against Kyle Fletcher, but what a fucking loser.
Listen,
Can't win a match. He had the Ring of Honor TV title too.
He's on. He's everybody hits the skids one way or another. Everybody just
needs his tag team partner back so badly right now,
and it doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon either. So
Pac wins, and then he says All In is going to be his moment. So I guess he just assumes he's going to get the title shot at All In, depending on whatever the fuck happens next week.
Right.
Yeah, we had that. Oh, our favorite female wrestler, Mercedes Moné, comes out for a toast. What? These are okay. So Dynamite was good, but these are the type of segments with AEW where there's a stretch of segments in a row where it's the same fucking thing. Like during the pandemic era, where Jericho did town halls every week, like just talking. Now we're doing that with Mercedes.
I think this is probably where we could say that people either changed the channel or just walked away for a little while.
Maybe
it's very. I mean, I get what you're trying to do. Now you already got her in full,
making more heat.
Yeah,
more heat,
full heat mode with her. I get it, but it's just also, it's not the heat you want where you don't want to watch it. It's more annoying than anything.
Where they're in Canada, so of course Mercedes Moné goes, "I'm the best there was, the best there is, the best there will be." She fucked the whole.
Yeah, I was about to say she fucked that whole thing. Yeah, thanks.
Bret Hart prepared his sniper at Goldberg, and then quickly transitioned to Mercedes. Like, I'm gonna fucking shoot.
All right, it's like
that was my immediate thought. He heard this and goes, "Is this bitch for real?"
He did the double take. I was like, oh, let me go over here now. Let me turn this side.
Woke up with a cold sweat.
Disrespect.
Baker came out, interrupted the whole thing. Blah blah blah. Last week's segment was so much better than this. Honestly, this was nothing.
This is trying to capitalize on what happened last week.
We come back from commercial, and Brandon Cutler's on the floor.
He
has face paint on as Darby Allin, and then we pan up, and Darby Allin is there in a furry pink coat.
Welcome back, Darby.
Yeah,
again.
He's one of the 4 pillars, and this is his return. He beat the shit out of Brandon. Also, it's like, I don't care, Brandon Cutler, whatever. I'm not gonna go on a rant about it. No use. He's the elite's lackey. He's there for a reason, but
right.
there was a purpose to this. So Darby then to basically just told Jack Perry, watch your back.
Right. It's that's
So there's our All In match probably,
There
or
we go.
All Out. Darby versus Jack for the TNT title.
how many matches you think they're gonna have for All In? Shit.
16. 5 on the zero.
It'll start at 12 and finish at 12.
Remember last year is when they had Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs come out. It's when nobody in the crowd for a contract signing on the
Right,
0 hour.
right. Wasn't that when what's his name?
Grado.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did that too. 16. That's my final guess.
Yeah. We're gonna go high. Was it over?
You want to go over under 15?
Over under 13. I'll say over. I'll take the over.
Anything? No way before we get to the main event. No, I think we're all good because now we're at the main event.
The main event. Bing, bing, bing.
Women's Owen Hart Finals. Winner goes to All In, challenges Toni Storm for the women's title. We had Mariah May come out in Toni Storm gear with the pink and black, and then we had Willow Nightingale come out in, this was fucking cool to see, in the Owen Enough is Enough gear with the danger caution tape.
Yeah,
gear.
that was cool.
These women, I should have known something was up when they made this the main event, because I thought maybe the men would get the main event spot, but no, they gave it to the women. So I should have known something was going to happen. But these two women had a really great match. They went all out. In this main event, they really shined in this outing. We had a Sting looking figure run to the ring, get in the middle to stretch Willow. Chris Statlander came from behind, attacked her. Stokely Hathaway in a Sting hoodie, and they both ran to the back like they just robbed the bank. and then we had Mariah get the win here with, I forget who she won with, but she won. Now she's the number 1 contender for her best friend Toni Storm's women's title at All In. And they're hugging, they're kissing, they're like practically rubbing each other's chests at this point. Mariah skips up the ramp, grabs the title, and then lowers the boom. Hits Toni Storm in the face with the Owen belt. And Luther tries to stop her. She throws him off the stage to a table, which didn't look good at all. But
yeah,
aside from that,
and weird placing to put a table.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. That was the least impressive thing in this whole thing because Toni Storm got color. She started bleeding from her head. She's screaming, "Why? Like crying and shit." And Mariah took her high heel, or Toni's high heel that was pure white, and starts jabbing her in the fucking head with this heel. I thought at first she was going for her eye, but that's not what she was. She was making that cut open.
We're not doing the Dusty Road Warrior angle here. We're not doing that.
Yeah, no, but it was still brutal. And like Mariah like wipes the blood off her face and puts it on hers. Just the look in her eyes, like this woman snapped.
The only thing about this for me is I would have maybe waited to do it next week, but okay. I mean, it's fine.
Because
I would have loved to have them have a harmonious sense of still being friends after this, and then they'll have like a little banter back and forth about, now we're gonna see each other and the thing, and then boom, drop the boom on her for next week for the 250th episode.
I understand what you're saying, but I think compared to what they announced next week, I think they had to do it this week because everything else that would have been on the 250 show would have overshadowed this, honestly.
Maybe
in some aspects, because nobody expected this at all. I maybe people expected Mariah to turn on her, but not like this. Like nobody expected her to go full like psycho and try to murder this woman on national television. Kill with the shoe, as Tony says. Like, dodge for the shoe. She didn't dodge it, but yeah. I mean, Mariah May looked so psychotic. She looked like a star in this. This was a star making.
Yeah.
As far as like a promo next week, God only knows. Like it was funny because people like God only knows if Mina Shirakawa made it back to Japan. If she came back, would she get killed by Mariah May as well?
Yeah, I want to see what the she'll probably come out dressed up again like Toni Storm, the old one, and just like cut a promo like that.
Yeah, it would be interesting too if she's still dressing up as her
Mm.
until the match. But yeah, overall, this was probably the best closing angle in for AEW Dynamite. Now, as for next week, they announced a Swerve and Okada as well, and MJF and Will Ospreay for the international title for episode 250. Which, after 5 years, it's kind of insane to say. Now they reached 250 episodes.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's about that time. It's about right. They've been nobody thought they'll be this long, and they did it. They're 250 episodes deep. Congratulations to them.
They have this, and then 2 weeks they have Blood and Guts. All in, they pretty much have their two world title matches set.
Right.
And Mercedes and Britt is made official as well. So we're still on the road to All In, everybody.
Yeah. So like I said, good show for Dynamite this week. I was not upset at all with it. Like I said, I probably would have waited another week for the Mariah May turn, but hell, it got the news and the eyes on the product. So yeah, other than that, that's gonna end around the square circle. Much more to talk about, guys. Gonna cut off the live stream here. Thank you guys for partaking, and also make sure that you download, subscribe, be a part of the vibe of all things connected to Turnbuckle Tabloid. We are everywhere on all platforms on podcasting networks, as well as we're touching base on every streaming part as well. Big announcements coming soon on what's upcoming for Turnbuckle Tabloid and future shows as well. And please just download, subscribe, be a part of the vibe, and get the audio versions of us as well. If you want the full and condensed versions of our segments, make sure you check us out on Turnbuckle Tabloid on all your podcasting outlets. All right. So, guys, thank you guys for checking in and watching us on the streams. And Mike and I still got work to do. And like I said, that's why I tell you guys, download and find the podcast so you can get more stuff from us. And on that note, got to hit the outro because Mark never knows when it ends. So check you guys in a second.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy.